Streamline how you hire with Indeed. The powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost, conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
You can. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. People in parts of eastern Ukraine are told to leave. Many are leaving now, with a Russian military offensive expected to escalate in that part of the country. In the south, the mayor of Mariupol says more than 5,000 civilians have been killed there. President Biden again is pledging support for the Ukrainian war effort.
President Biden, speaking to union workers in the nation's capital, offered the following rally cry.
This war can continue for a long time, but the United States will continue to stand with Ukraine and the Ukrainian people in the fight for freedom. And I just want you to know that. And by the way, if I got to go to war, I'm going with you guys.
The White House says this was a figure of speech, nothing more.
No intention of sending troops to the ground or fighting a war with the U.S. forces against Russia.
The White House slapped additional sanctions on Russia yesterday, including Putin's 2 adult daughters from a previous marriage.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in D.C. The Senate vote to confirm Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court set for today. She has the public support of 53 senators, including 3 Republicans, so more than the majority needed for confirmation. A fox, believed to have bitten at least 9 people, including a member of Congress on Capitol Hill, was rabid.
Foxes are usually afraid of humans and don't generally attack unless they have rabies. The fox was captured, euthanized, then found to have the virus. Now, health officials are trying to contact anyone who may have had contact with it in case they need to get treated for rabies. Mixed reaction from people in the area.
I'm not too surprised.
Can't have foxes going around biting people.
This one fox doesn't mean all of them are that way.
The fox apparently had babies that have been captured, and officials are trying to figure out the next steps for them. In Washington, Jill Nato, Fox News.
The House votes to hold former Trump advisors Peter Navarro and Dan Scavino in contempt of Congress for refusing to cooperate with the committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot. The Justice Department decides whether to prosecute them. America's listening to Fox News.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out the door and on the roads in Fort Myers this morning, no major issues or incidents to slow you down at this hour. Just watching a few delays on 41 in North Fort Myers in the north and southbound directions near Pondola Road. 41 also looking a little bit slow at Daniels Parkway. Also Metro Parkway and Daniels looking a little delayed at this hour. I was seeing some slight slowdowns on McGregor Boulevard just after you get off the Midpoint Bridge, but seems to be clearing up. Shouldn't be a problem any longer. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Warm and muggy this morning, and then we'll be tracking the potential to see some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening. ahead of a cold front. Look for the potential of seeing an isolated strong to severe storm for today with gusty winds and perhaps even some hail, especially north of the Clusatchee River. Windy and warm today with highs back to 90 degrees. That rain chance dwindles as we head into tonight. And for Friday, we'll feel a nice drop in humidity along with temperatures. Highs back into the lower 80s for your Friday. We're dry into the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 70s and low to middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine on tap, especially for Sunday, with overnight lows back in the 50s for Sunday and Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
It's Rockstar Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, 100% of applications accepted. Save thousands this week. Only at Rockstar Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale. It ends this Sunday.
Hello, I'm Dr. D'Amico. Have you been told you need a denture? Don't make the mistake of going to your dentist or the dentist closest to your home. A denture is a work of art and should look as beautiful as natural teeth. That's why I have a denture laboratory on site. We place each tooth exactly where it should go so I can make the most beautiful looking denture just for you. And with my lab, I can make your new denture the same day. Come in the morning, you'll leave that afternoon with your new denture. Others make you wait 2 to 3 months because your denture is going to be made in some other state or even some other country, and you're going to get a cookie cutter looking denture. Do you really want your friends and family members to know you have a denture? Of course not. Ask me how Medicare can help pay for your denture. Visit my website, see all our current specials, watch some videos, even before and after pictures. Go to dentistofnaples.com. That's dentistofnaples.com. Or call 234-5284. That's 234-5284. I'm Dr. D'Amico, the denture artist. I can help you.
License number DN15639.
The Diamond District is a retail store selling at wholesale prices. Their team will help you define what is best for you and your budget by walking you through the variety of factors that change the beauty and prices of a diamond. And you can be sure that with Jason and Todd, you will buy a diamond at a wholesale price.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Not really sure how we do this because you've got Congress who, if we're going to be honest, is just feckless. There are very few congressmen, congresswomen, congress folks, Congress non-binaries. Do we have any of those? I don't really know. But, we have very few in Congress who really do want to step up and do anything about the border. And how it should be one of, if not the most important issue that we have going on right now because of what kind of fundamental changes are coming. And how there are some people that are looking and saying, okay, well, there are some things we can do. Maybe we'll bus everybody that comes to Texas off to Washington, D.C. Well, it sounds good unless you decide not to do it. Or is it all bluster and something that really can't happen because, well, the governor of Texas put that proposition out there and people are applauding it. I've got questions. Yeah, it should happen. Yeah, Washington, D.C. should see exactly what's going on along the southern border. Chip Roy yesterday just laying into Jerry Nadler, which is not really tough to do, but talking about how everybody is scoffing about what is happening along the border and what Texas and other border states are going through. How here in the state of Florida, we get news overnight. We come to find out that there was an illegal here in the state of Florida who took the life of a 72-year-old, charged with killing an elderly man and injuring 3 others here in the state. The senseless violence and suffering that's happening in the Biden administration doubling down on this reckless open borders agenda. Why are they doing this? And on the Republican side, listen, this is easy. This shouldn't even be an issue. This should be cut and dry, get this done, secure the border. Democrats have no interest in doing this. And when Republicans have the power to do something, how much and how far have they been willing to go? I'm not talking about the former president who was willing to go as far as it was needed in order to make something happen, but I'm talking about the rest of the Republican Party. Because remember something in the dirty little secret, unfortunately, when it comes to issues like this, is that if you take away a wedge issue, you can't campaign on it. You can't get money on it. You can't have people go to the polls about it. If you solve the issues of immigration, it's off the table now. And that means that you can't campaign on it. You can't get money for it as far as going out and campaigning. You can't use it as a wedge issue to say, we got to fight against those Democrats and do something about the border. Get to the polling place, vote, because I'm going to make sure. And you see what I'm saying? And there are a lot of issues like that. So I'm just, like I said, frustrated when I hear these stories. But we'll talk about the latest on that coming up. Plus, I kind of, I wanted to go back a little bit and talk about Sean Penn on Sean Hannity's program the other day. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. It's kind of strange because you know who Sean Penn is. You know this is somebody who is not a fan of the country, somebody who loves communism and socialism. How do we know? Because he seems to end up in a lot of communist places, shaking hands and hanging out with. And we've seen that from Sean Penn in the past. So, we got a little questions about his intent. Why he's doing what he's doing when he goes to, he goes to Ukraine because he wants to do a documentary. And to bring him on to Hannity's program, right out of the gate, you're like, well, why is this person the voice? Well, he was there, Drew. I mean, he's doing a documentary. I got questions. And I kind of wanted to play a couple of clips from that because there are some interesting things that he did say that point to where the world is heading. And that if countries have nuclear weapons, then they become the bullies. And we shouldn't have one bully on the block with a nuclear weapon, is something that he said. But I might make the case that if other people have nuclear weapons, they're going to be the bullies, not because they're the only one on the block to have it, but because they do have it, and they've always wanted it, because they intend to use it. Not as a deterrent, not to say, listen, don't mess with us because we have this and because we are now equal when it comes to the ability to use a nuclear weapon, then we can have a conversation. No. It's about, listen, I want it so I can destroy. Big difference. All right, we'll get to that coming up. Plus, this was weird, this story. Maybe weird is not the way to put it, but YouGov had a poll, Trust in Media 2022, where Americans get their news and who they trust for information. Jake the millennial, do you have any idea who the number one might possibly be? If you had to guess where America's getting their news from and who they trust the most. I'll let you take one guess, maybe two, and then we'll talk about the story coming up. Because
CNN.
It is not CNN.
TikTok.
It's not even TikTok. Although it's debatable as to whether or not this poll is telling the truth. But they did poll 1,500 people. And wait till you hear where they get their news from and where they trust. You're not going to believe it. All right. All right, so let's get to this. Oh, hey, 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to our channel on Rumble. Sean Spicer will be here in Southwest Florida. Many of you know tickets are going fast. Very few left. So if you want to get your tickets, get them now. Sean Spicer here in Southwest Florida, a meet and greet exclusive VIP event. Every ticket is a VIP ticket. So that is really cool. Silver Spot Cinema in Naples, Wednesday, April 20th. 5 p.m. is the time. And your ticket includes the meet and greet. You get to hang out with Sean. You get to take a picture. Full access to Sean Spicer, his new book. You get that, Radical Nation, autographed. So that is cool. Former White House press secretary, Newsmax TV host, author of the new book, Radical Nation, here in Southwest Florida on Wednesday, April 20th. That is Sean Spicer. So get your tickets now. Text the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R. Text the word Spicer to 239-479-5592, and you'll get a link that will take you right to where you need to go to get tickets, or you can go to rightallalong.net, and right there you can get them as well. All right. I'm going to start with the immigration story just because it's the one that is the most frustrating, as we have been talking to people who have been at the border. Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org, doing great work as usual, have been at the border. Our Congressman Byron Donalds has been at the border multiple times. He knows exactly what is going on and sees what is happening, and the concerns that the border states have, and the concerns about getting rid of Title 42. Remember what Title 42 is. Title 42 being the Trump-era policy saying, listen, we've got COVID right now. We got a pandemic happening. So you have Border Patrol has the ability to just say, nope, cannot come here, turn around and head back to where you came from. Sorry, can't come into the country. We got a pandemic. We got some issues here. And so we're going to have to turn you around. Now, yesterday there was a report that I'm going to talk about in just a second about how the Health and Human Services Secretary was questioning why we still need this. I mean, if we're going to be honest, why do we need Title 42 to continue if there's no pandemic? I mean, if we don't have one right now and everything seems to be going away, then doesn't it stand to reason that we don't need the policy anymore? So is he wrong? He's not really wrong. But there's more to the story. We'll get to it in a second. The governor of Texas says, hey, listen, we're really done with this. We're done with you. We're done with you dumping illegals on our border. So we're going to do something about this.
To help local officials whose communities are being overwhelmed by hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the Biden administration, Texas is providing charter buses to send these illegal immigrants who have been dropped off by the Biden administration to Washington, D.C. We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border.
There you go. So Texas Governor Greg Abbott is saying, here's what we'll do. How about we get charter buses together, and we're going to ship illegal immigrants to Washington, D.C. Because, listen, if you're dropped at the steps of the Capitol, then you most certainly can help and see the needs of these individuals that are here, and you can best help them right there in Washington, D.C. They'll be right there. You can shake their hands and talk to them and find out what they need, and there you go. Listen, it is something that people are standing up and cheering and are excited about this, especially when you consider that Title 42 is going to be going away. And look, I got questions. He's going to provide charter buses. Who's driving the charter buses? Are you providing them to Customs and Border Patrol? Are you providing them for? Well, who are you providing them to? Sending charter buses. Will the state of Texas be doing that? Are we driving those? Is the state driving the? I just want to make sure that sometime next week or this weekend, I want to see them there. I want to see the buses letting them out at the Capitol, and I want to see a large amounts, groups of people standing there at the Capitol, not knowing what to do next. Like, I want to see the next step, because before this, it's all bluster. It's even though it's a Republican governor, I don't want it to be show. I want it to be real. Do it. Don't just say it. Do it. And we'll say, look, when when Governor DeSantis says, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do, and I don't really care what anybody thinks, we're going to get this thing done, I'm pretty confident that it's going to happen. Like, I'm going to wake up the next day and go, oh, he did it. He wasn't kidding. He really did do it. Too many times I've seen things happening in Texas where I'm just like, there's a lot of talk from the governor. Let's make that happen. So we'll see. But what is going on along the border right now is unbelievable. The numbers that we're getting ready to see once Title 42 goes away. And remember what I said before. Health and Human Services Director Bashara is saying to the Border Patrol, is saying to DHS, listen, why do we have this still? If we don't have a pandemic anymore, it doesn't make sense to have it. The Biden administration making the case that we should get rid of it. It's time to get rid of it. And people would look and say, well, we really don't have a whole lot more going on when it comes to a pandemic, do we? Let's make sure that that's not the case. And if it's not the case, then, of course, across the board, we would like to see a lot of things happening in municipalities and nationally when it comes to COVID and restrictions and all of them go away. But at the same time, let's remember that if that is true, then it should go away. But the problem is, and the simple issue is simple. The simple issue is simple. Yeah, I did say that. Sorry. Is that it's been the only way at this point to be able to do anything to stop the flow. That's why there is this fear of when it goes away, there's going to be a crossing of the border, the likes which we have never seen. 18 to 20,000 people coming across the border. On a daily, monthly basis, the numbers are in the millions when we talk about how many since Biden has been in office, over 2 million, and it continues to climb. And now we're looking into the fives. I mean, millions of people. We're talking about monthly. We're talking about the size of small metropolitan cities moving across our border with no end in sight. No end to the fentanyl crossing the border, no end to the criminals crossing the border, no end to the guns crossing the border. Listen, not everybody is a criminal. I get it. Not everybody's shipping fentanyl across the border. I get it. But it is happening. Don't deny that it's happening along the border. I told you the story about what we found out this morning. An illegal has been charged with killing a 72-year-old man, injuring 3 others in a drunk driving crash in Walton County. It happened. Charged with a count of DUI manslaughter. 3 counts of DUI causing serious bodily harm, driving with an expired license, driving with an open alcohol container. Well, Drew, that's only one person. That's not not indicative of every single person. Is that where you want to go with this? Is that really where you want to go with this? Bill Melugin has been doing incredible work for Fox News as he's been exposing some of the things that are happening along the border and some of the policies that we are seeing. And I just want to play a couple of clips from some of his reports. I believe it was on with Brett Baer. And some of the things that maybe you're not hearing enough about.
Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra standing by the Biden administration's decision to rescind Title 42 at the border next month amidst a grilling from Republicans on Capitol Hill today.
I'm wondering why CDC all of a sudden has decided that pandemic conditions have improved enough to terminate 42 when HHS is also asking us for billions of dollars. When this
What about that? You're asking us for all this money. What do you need the money for? Well, we got to have billions of dollars for COVID relief, and what happens if it happens next? And you never know what's going to be happening on the other side of this. And what do you need? It's over, right? What do you need the money for? I mean, isn't that? Is it? Is it not? I mean, if it is, and what we're seeing is really the reality of the situation, then why do you need the money? But at the same time, then why do you need Title 42? See, it's kind of a double-edged sword, but at least pushing back and letting the American people know and see for themselves what's going on.
At the border, catch and release on full display in downtown Brownsville today. That's where Fox News witnessed the mass release of single adult migrants from federal custody. After they're dropped off at a city parking garage, they are taken behind a black tarp, seemingly to obstruct public view. A short time later, they emerge from a local non-governmental organization and are walked to a nearby bus terminal.
Did you know that? Did you know that they go behind this tarp? Nobody gets to see what exactly is going on, and they hop on a bus. Did you all know that that's what's happening? I mean, maybe you do. Jake, are you ready for the best part? Or the worst part? You ready for this? Here we go.
Per DHS sources, most of them are released via parole and asked to turn themselves into ICE at a city of their choosing. Sources say many of the migrants are given these government-issued phones to check in.
What? They're given what?
They're given these government-issued phones to check in and communicate with ICE instead of wearing an ankle monitor.
That seems logical, right, Jake? Everybody gets a phone. You get a phone. You get a phone. You get a phone. Everybody gets a phone. Look, you come to the country, we're going to give you a phone. The ankle bracelet, Jake, the ankle bracelet thing is embarrassing. Nobody wants to walk around with an ankle bracelet because you know why you have it. It's not like a fashion statement. So we know why you have it. We don't want to embarrass anybody. They're good for it. They're going to come, they're going to call. They're going to show up. And they get a phone. And it's a good thing that you're not paying for the phone. I mean, it's not like tax dollars are paying for these phones, so you don't have anything to worry about. So calm down. I mean, it's
breaking news.
A bombshell. Oh, wait, this is just in. Yeah, you do. So there you go. We trust you to show up.
We're told hundreds are released here every day. But former U.S. Border Patrol Chief Rodney Scott says there is virtually no way of knowing a migrant's criminal history outside of the U.S.
For the most part, they're only able to run the records checks against U.S. criminal databases. So unless they've been in the U.S. and committed a crime, we're not going to have any idea what they did in another country.
Well, listen, so that's good news. So I guess the good news is that they'll be in this country, and then when they commit a crime in this country, then we'll be able to tell whether or not they committed a crime in another country. The border's broken. The border's important that we lock it down. Democrats have absolutely zero interest in doing anything and instead want to make it worse because they believe that everybody coming across the border is going to vote Democrat. How does that work? Well, I mean, if you kind of fix it a little bit so that it's easier for them to vote, like, hey, we'll do it for you. I'm not saying that kind of thing is happening. There's no corruption in voting in this country at all, thanks to Democrats. It doesn't happen, so we'll put that aside for just a second. And then, of course, on the other side is Republicans and what they will do. They take the House and the Senate. What are you all going to do if you do that and you end up getting the White House? I'm just asking. You better be ready. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talking text line, streaming live. It's drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. When we come back, maybe we'll tell you more about the trust in media, the number one place where Americans get their news from. It's going to surprise you. Trust me. Coming up, Stay Break 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Join me as we welcome Sean Spicer to Southwest Florida for a great meet and greet exclusive VIP event at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. You can get your tickets now by texting the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, to 239-479-5592. That's 239-479-5592. These tickets include food, an autograph book, and full access to Sean Spicer. Wednesday, April 20th at Silver Spot Cinema with 92.5 Fox News.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. On the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. So switch today and get cutting-edge speed with advanced security and be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 4/21/22. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet customers only. Early termination fee applies. Security Edge available for an additional charge. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
Termites are silent destroyers. They can tunnel through homes for years without a peep. Unless you've invited Truly Nolan to chase down and eliminate the problem. Truly Nolan's above and below ground treatments have been keeping homes termite-free for more than 80 years. Matter of fact, we believe our total termite protection plan is the most effective plan of its kind in the country. When Truly Nolan has termites in their sights, there's no escape. Schedule your free inspection and get $100 off termite control by going to trulynolan.com or call 800-GO-TRULY.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darta Group at dartagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darta Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Office in Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out the door and on the roads in Fort Myers this morning, no major issues or incidents to slow you down at this hour. Just watching a few delays on 41 in North Fort Myers in the north and southbound directions near Pondola Road. 41 also looking a little bit slow at Daniels Parkway. Also Metro Parkway and Daniels looking a little delayed at this hour. I was seeing some slight slowdowns on McGregor Boulevard just after you get off the Midpoint Bridge, but seems to be clearing up. Shouldn't be a problem any longer. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Warm and muggy this morning, and then we'll be tracking the potential to see some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening ahead of a cold front. Look for the potential of seeing an isolated strong severe storm for today with gusty winds and perhaps even some hail, especially north of the Clusatchee River. Windy and warm today with highs back to 90 degrees. That rain chance dwindles as we head into tonight, and for Friday we'll feel a nice drop in humidity along with temperatures. Highs back into the lower 80s for your Friday. We're dry into the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 70s and low to middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine on tap, especially for Sunday, with overnight lows back in the 50s for Sunday and Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Thomas from Storm Shield in North Fort Myers. I'm proud to represent a company that provides a top quality product and stands behind the product and the installation. At Storm Shield, we provide Energy Star certified windows and doors, an exclusive life of home warranty which covers the entire product as well as the installation. All products are certified made in the USA. We have an elite status with Home Advisor and offer no obligation estimates. Most manufacturers have a line of products that meet a variety of budgets and options. Sometimes vendors bait top quality products to earn your business, but switch and install another. We understand that you want to protect your family and home from the elements for years to come. Our priority is ensuring your protection without breaking the bank.
Call Storm Shield today for a free, no hidden cost, exact to the penny quote at 239-491-7002. That's 239-491-7002. Or visit on the web at stormshieldSWFL.com. License number CGC A60475.
Being young protects us kids from a lot of things, like paying bills and boring meetings. Blech. But there's one big thing being young doesn't protect us from. That's COVID. In January, there were over 2 million COVID cases among kids.
But now, kids 5 to 11 can get a vaccine tailored to give us the best protection.
For me, for us,
for kids.
We can do this. Find a vaccine near you at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Our team is expanding as we grow, and we're looking for a few good people. We're taking applications right now for air conditioning installers, air conditioning helpers, the service mechanic department, our sales team, and we have a few spots open in our apprentice program, where we will take a novice person with no training, put them with a supervisor for a 6-month training program. This will require a commitment to the company. So if you feel you could be one of the best, apply in person at 4697 Elevation Way in Fort Myers. We're just off Martin Luther King Boulevard in the Benchmark Industrial Park. You can call us at 239-482-1542 for directions. If you want to be one of the best, come join us at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
Sutherland Nissan has one question. Are you buying certified? Because if you're not, you're missing out. Get to the Spring Certified Sales Event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and get certified. Through Monday, get a massive selection of like new, with warranty, great value, certified pre-owned vehicles. Certified. Rogues, Altimas, Titans, they're all in stock. Save thousands over buying the exact same model new and get peace of mind with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And get certified. Sutherland is the #1 certified pre-owned dealer. That means we have more vehicles than we sell them for less. And you get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. What are you waiting on? Get certified. Through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. Online at FLNissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
It's almost time for Florida snowbirds to migrate back to northern homes. Are you heading home soon? Please consider donating any of your unopened pantry items before you leave town to be part of Lee County's 4th annual Donated Not Wasted Food Rescue. From Monday, April 4th to Monday, April 18th, you can drop off unopened canned or dried goods at any library or Lee County Recreation Center. Additional collection containers are located at the 6 Mile Cypress Slough and at Lee County's Solid Waste's Topaz Court Household Chemical Waste Facility. Before leaving for the season, please consider being part of this effort to reduce food waste in Southwest Florida. Please join Lee County Solid Waste as they partner with Harry Chapin Food Bank, Fox 4, Waste Pro, Lee County Library System, the libraries of Sanibel and Fort Myers Beach, and Lee County Parks and Rec to rescue food that might otherwise end up in the waste stream and instead get that food to hungry people. Donated, not wasted. Lee County's Food Rescue, April 4th to April 18th. Be part of it.
Skyworks Equipment Rental is hiring equipment mechanics for their Fort Myers location. If you're familiar with inspecting engines and equipment, carrying out services, conducting repairs, and providing routine maintenance to an equipment fleet, then Skyworks is looking for you. Skyworks is a family-owned, team-inspired company with a positive culture and full benefits package for employees, including medical, disability, PTO, 401k, and more. Apply today at SkyworksLLC.com. Skyworks, the only equipment rental company equipment mechanics need to call.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, thanks, Mike. And of course, you'll let us know next half hour if that sleet has gotten there or not.
Well, we'll hear it bouncing off my head.
Okay, because it's empty. No, just kidding, Mike. We'll check back with you later, Mikey. All righty. Well, we are looking at this upper level.
Ah, there you go. That's some bloopers from the Weather Channel. I guess back in the day, a little funny stuff right there. America's most trusted news source. What? Okay, so I don't know. YouGov had this poll. 1,500 Americans asked them where they get their news from and how much they trust a variety of prominent media organizations and news anchors. It was between March 26th and March 29th. Jake, the number one by far place where Americans get their and consider to be the most trustworthy media organization is the Weather Channel. That's where they're getting their news, and it's the most trusted. So I got two questions with that. Number one, that's where you're getting your news from? What kind of news do you get from the Weather Channel besides the weather? Do they do other stuff? Because my worry is that didn't the Weather Channel, it wasn't the former owner of the Weather Channel saying how woke they went and how it's all like climate change and everything is climate change, and they do these things where they have these cool graphics where it's like in 2033, see where I'm standing right now? Underwater. Oh, and by the way, it's really strange that in 2030-something, I'm going to be underwater right near the shore. And all of these people, these very rich individuals, and some former presidents like Barack Obama, they seem to continue buying all this shoreline property. Like, why do you keep doing that? It's really strange. And then the second thing about the Weather Channel is only... How do I say this? Weather people are... I mean, they're not always right. It's like, it's going to be raining at about 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then I don't see any rain, and it's okay. I mean, like, what's the old joke? They could be wrong like twice a day on their forecasts, and still be the most trusted, because it's just, and you still see the folks doing the weather. Not saying everybody's like that, but it's one of those tough professions. So the most trustworthy media organization is the Weather Channel. The second is the BBC, and then the third is public broadcasting. So it gives you an idea of maybe who they're reaching out to. I don't know if they're going on the streets of Washington, D.C. and asking, because I can tell you that Fox News and Breitbart are at the bottom. So just to give you an idea of little bias there. All right. Kevin's been holding patiently in Naples. Kevin, how are you this morning, sir?
Great. How you doing, Drew?
You know, I'm all right. Hanging in there. What's on your mind?
Good. Just 2 points after talking a little bit more about the weather. You know, I mean, did you see we're going to be getting a forecast or a report from the University of Colorado about the number of hurricanes we can anticipate getting.
Oh, all right. It's going to be, it always, I think every year when I hear about these reports, it's always like, this is going to be the worst. We're going to get 15 of them, and they're all going to be, yeah, go ahead.
Right. Have they ever given us a report where it's going to be the way it really ends up being, which is, nothing?
Well, it's a tough thing. I mean, how could you predict it? It's hard. I mean, you kind of come up with the best analysis that you can based on the temperatures and where they may or may not go. It's a guessing game. You don't know, but it's okay. But we still keep going back to them. Yeah.
The other thing, real quickly, I'd like to volunteer to drive one of the buses.
Oh, the buses that are going to Washington D.C. That
I'd like to volunteer. But what I'm going to need is another driver, because I can't drive straight from Texas to Washington, D.C., and I'm probably going to need 2 guys with shotguns to keep an eye on the people that are on the bus. What do you think?
Oh, well, it depends. I mean, we can't assume that every person on the bus is a criminal or they need to be guarded with shotguns.
How about concealed shotguns? They don't have to stand there with them, but hey, there's a lot of criminals coming across.
Well, there are. And how do you vet them? I don't know.
And how would you like to be driving a bus with your back to those people?
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Kevin. Now we're making big leaping assumptions. You can't make the assumption that every single person that's crossing the border is nefarious, is up to no good. Let's not do that.
No, Drew, I'm not. I'm going with the reports that come across, not only from Wink, but from other individual news stations where there are criminals that come across. We can't vet them, right?
Well, we don't know, so you have a choice. So what you're saying is you have a choice. You either, because you can't vet them, you either assume that they're not, or you assume that they are.
Right. Well, let me just put it this way, okay? I'm going to get in the bus, and I'm going to drive it. And I don't know who's behind me. And maybe there's one other driver. And when these guys find out where they're going, which is Washington, D.C., which is really probably not where they want to end up, do you think they're going to want to stop that bus and get off?
Well, I don't know. Again, like a weather person, like Kevin, just like a weather person, I can't be positive. I just don't know. It could be raining there as well. Who knows?
Put my name on the list.
All right, you're on the list.
When they're ready to pick, I'm more than happy to drive them.
You're on the list.
But I may need just a little help is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm talking about?
I understand. Kevin, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. The kind of help I would need is like one of those Jolt Colas. You ever heard of those Jolt Colas where it's twice the caffeine and all the flavor? I guess back in the day, like what was it? In the 90s, didn't they have those, the Jolt Colas where you kind of, lots of caffeine. You drink a Jolt. Not that I have ever had one. I just heard about them, right? It was like the early version of the modern day Red Bulls kind of thing, I guess. Something like that. All right, let's not assume that everybody coming across the border is, we don't want to do that. But we do have them. And to deny that that's happening and to have an open southern border the way we do, I mean, it's Title 42 going away and what that means. And look, the most important thing to understand about Title 42 going away is that it was the one place, the last place that we had some control where we can turn people back, and now we have none. And you see what the administration is doing. 239-479-5592. So we keep an eye on that story. Yesterday, we had an opportunity as well to hear a little bit more about Hunter's laptop, what the White House thinks about it, what Jen Psaki thinks about it, and some interesting things that were being brought up. Jen Psaki being asked by Peter Doocy a couple of interesting questions that it doesn't seem like are going to get answered. Let's see. Before we get to that, and before we get to the dozen times that Joe Biden played a role in son Hunter's business dealings, a opinion piece at the New York Post really calls to attention a lot of things that Joe Biden's been involved with in Hunter Biden's life. It's not a joke.
Not a joke.
And we'll get to some of that coming up. But before we do, Jen Psaki was confronted about the free phones going out to illegals before releasing them into the U.S.
Thank you, Jen. First, on immigration, our team in Texas is saying that you guys are starting to give smartphones to border crossers, hoping that they'll use the phones to check in or to be tracked. Which part of that is supposed to deter people from crossing illegally into the States?
Well, I think you, of all people, since you've asked me a range of questions on this topic over time, would recognize that we need to take steps to ensure that we know where individuals are and we can track and we can check in with them.
First of all, just the cocky, pompous attitude of Jen Psaki is hilarious. Well, I think somebody would know just like you. You've, over time, asked me all kinds of questions on this, and don't we want to know where they are? Are you giving them phones or not? You're giving them smartphones because they're just going to pick the phone up and call up ICE and go, yeah, where do I need to meet you again? Because I don't know what city I'm in, so ridiculous. And then more from Peter Doocy, and this had to do with something that we were talking about earlier, which is the fact that Hunter Biden, the laptop, and some of the things that Hunter was doing and involved with Joe Biden as far as business dealings. And what about this interesting question?
For President Biden to do favors for Hunter Biden's international business partners, like writing college recommendations for their kids?
I've seen the report. I have no confirmation or comment on a report about whether or not the president, when he was a private citizen, wrote a college recommendation letter for an individual.
A college recommendation letter, though, from, at the time, a former vice president would be a big deal. So do we know what the president might have gotten in return for doing a favor like that?
Again, I have no confirmation of any recommendation letter the president wrote when he was a private citizen, by the way, not serving in public office. That's even the report.
Okay, well, that's even the report. Okay, so she doesn't have confirmation of the report. So what are they talking about? Well, here's what the New York Post laid out, just so you know. The latest example emerged Wednesday when it was revealed that Hunter Biden got his dad to write a recommendation letter to Brown University for the son of a powerful Chinese business associate, Jonathan Lee. Jonathan, Hunter asked me to send you a copy of the recommendation letter that he asked his father to write on behalf of Christopher for Brown University, Hunter Biden's then business partner Eric Schwerin wrote to Lee on February 18th, 2017 in an email first revealed by Fox News. 2017, okay. Schwerin told Lee that the, quote, original was being shipped by FedEx to University President Christina Paxson directly at Brown. Lee is the CEO of a Chinese investment firm, BHR Partners, and in 2013 established a subsidiary, Bohai Harvest RST Shanghai Equity Investment Fund Management. Boy, that is a long card to be carrying around. Where Hunter Biden was a founding board member and held a 10% equity stake through a company called, I can't even pronounce that word, so I won't even try. After the White House refused to say whether the first son remained a part owner after resigning from the board in 2019, Hunter Biden's lawyer finally told the New York Times that Hunter, quote, no longer holds any interest, directly or indirectly, in either BHR or this other company's name that I can't pronounce. Oh, Hunter Biden also arranged for his dad to write a letter to Georgetown University, Hunter's alma mater, on behalf of Lee's daughter, but neither child got into the elite institutions, the Post understands. During Wednesday's White House briefing, Press Secretary Jen Psaki said she didn't have any confirmation, you just heard it. So, hey, that's good to know. What else?
But he's the president now, and you're his spokesperson.
Correct, and he was not the president at the time of this report.
Okay, good. So he wasn't the president. And listen, if you're no longer the president, Jake, you got no juice. When you're no longer the president of the United States, people are just like, Joe who? Or vice president? You were the vice president? Biden? Yeah, you see, I don't really get a good sense that I know who you are. And this letter means absolutely nothing to me.
There's evidence that the president at one point was office mates with Hunter and his brother Jim here in D.C.
It's not accurate.
That is not accurate. So when Hunter Biden is emailing a landlord, please have keys made available for new office mates, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden. That you're disputing.
They were not office mates, no.
They were not office mates. Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Great. Thanks for playing. Well, emails showed that in September of 2017, Hunter Biden asked for a new sign and additional keys to an office he was renting in D.C.'s House of Sweden office building, which is home to the Swedish embassy. The sign was to say, quote, the Biden Foundation and Hudson West, and the keys were for his father, stepmother Jill Biden, Uncle James Biden, and a Chinese executive named Gang Wendong. The building manager wrote back, quote, we are very excited and honored to welcome your new colleagues. But a spokeswoman for the Swedish agency that oversees the property told the Post that the sign was never changed and that the keys were not picked up. Now, listen, maybe Hunter was kidding. Maybe he was mistaken. Maybe he wasn't sure if, Joe, James, Jim, Jill. You get confused in Hunter's usual state. In the past, you can understand some confusion. Was it that, or maybe she's lying? Everybody knows that 10% for the big guy meant 10% for the big guy.
I got hairy legs.
I don't know why that matters. I don't know. Just putting that out there. One other thing about Hunter Biden's laptop, and there's a little bit more on this that we'll get to in just a bit, but, understand a couple of things. You got the New York Times, you got the Washington Post, you have those that are saying, we're starting to see some of that the evidence that was presented years ago. Maybe it's true, and kind of putting it out there. But Joe Biden's got no connection with this. It's just Hunter and Hunter's uncle, and maybe they're the ones that are going to be in real trouble with tax evasion and the like, and RICO statutes and some things that they're concerned about. But Joe Biden had nothing to do with this. But the other side of it as well is how the laptop has magically disappeared, like nobody knows where it is. Remember the other day we played that audio where Matt Gaetz was asking I'm trying to remember who it was specifically, the name of the individual that he was talking to. But it was a FBI cybersecurity individual. Where's the laptop? Have no idea. They don't know where it is. You realize if the laptop disappears and nobody knows where it is, the assumption would be that the hard drive's attached, and that if they can't find it and it's out there in the ether, then that means that if people are saying that they have the hard drive or have the contents of the hard drive, how do we know? Because we can't verify what you have matches the actual hard drive, because we don't have the laptop. Does that make sense, Jake? Are you following me on this? If the FBI cybersecurity division says they don't have the laptop, and the assumption is that the laptop has the hard drive, that's the quintessential item that you would need as, look, this is what's on the laptop. This is what we have. Here it is. I have the actual laptop and the actual hard drive. If they claim they don't have either one, and somebody says, I got a copy of it, I've got it right here, this is all the stuff that's on it, then they have plausible deniability, if you will, to say, well, wait a minute, we don't have the laptop, so we can't compare it. So what you're saying is a lie. Does that make sense? Yep. By the way, there's somebody who just, oh gosh, gotta find that story. We gotta go to break. Someone who has a copy of the hard drive, one of the original copies of the drive, fled to Switzerland because he's got 480 gigs of more information that hasn't been put out yet. And he doesn't want to be in this country when it gets out. What? Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up and more. Stay break 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Join me as we welcome Sean Spicer to Southwest Florida for a great meet and greet exclusive VIP event at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th.
Hey, it's former White House press secretary for President Trump, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book, Radical Nation, Sean Spicer.
You can get your tickets now by texting the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, to 239-479-5592. That's 239-479-5592.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Presented by All Phase Electric Service of Florida, Inc.
Hi, I'm Prana Songbird, pranasongbird.com. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are needing cleaning and your plumbing's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions. Woo!
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Comcast Business Internet required. Other restrictions apply.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Justice Jackson. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Biden's Supreme Court nominee is expected to be confirmed by the Senate today.
Some Republicans complained Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson was too soft on crime. Others said she wasn't forthcoming with information while being interviewed by lawmakers. But Democrats are united in confirming her, saying she's got the experience and an even-handed approach to justice that'll serve her well on the high court. 3 GOP members agree, and they're crossing their party line to support her. That's more than enough votes to get Jackson confirmed. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the vote by the full Senate will happen this afternoon. In Washington, Jill Nato, Fox News.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken's at NATO headquarters in Brussels, Belgium, for more meetings about Ukraine. More live from Fox's Evan Brown.
Yeah, Chris, Ukraine's foreign minister pleaded yet again with NATO officials, this time in Brussels, for the alliance to arm his nation so they can fight off the invading Russian military.
Because, as weird as it may sound, but today weapons serve the purpose of peace.
And Dmytro Kubelev says his country is still finding bodies of apparently tortured and murdered civilians in towns like Bucha near Kyiv, and others, insisting war crimes and atrocities have been committed, Chris.
Evan, thanks. 2 men in Washington, D.C. are charged with posing as federal agents, giving free apartments, electronics, and police gear to Secret Service agents as gifts. Prosecutors have not said what the men were trying to accomplish by posing as law enforcement or providing the gifts. They say 4 Secret Service employees were placed on leave this week as part of the investigation. The rapper Kid Creole, real name Nathaniel Glover, is found guilty of manslaughter in New York City. He stabbed John Jolly to death in 2017, prosecutors say, because Glover thought he was gay and hitting on him. Glover claimed self-defense. He was a member of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out the door and on the roads in Fort Myers this morning, no major issues or incidents to slow you down at this hour. Just watching a few delays on 41 in North Fort Myers in the north and southbound directions near Pondola Road. 41 also looking a little bit slow at Daniels Parkway. Also Metro Parkway and Daniels looking a little delayed at this hour. I was seeing some slight slowdowns on McGregor Boulevard just after you get off the Midpoint Bridge, but seems to be clearing up. Shouldn't be a problem any longer. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
warm and muggy this morning, and then we'll be tracking the potential to see some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening ahead of a cold front. Look for the potential of seeing an isolated strong to severe storm for today with gusty winds and perhaps even some hail, especially north of the Kusatchi River. Windy and warm today with highs back to 90 degrees. That rain chance dwindles as we head into tonight, and for Friday we'll feel a nice drop in humidity along with temperatures. Highs back into the lower 80s for your Friday. We're dry into the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 70s and low to middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine on tap, especially for Sunday, with overnight lows back in the 50s for Sunday and Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Economists are warning that sanctions against Russia could trigger devastating inflation, worse than the current 40-year highs. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings right now with a gold IRA through Birch Gold, the only company I trust for gold. Just text the word SECURE to 989898 to get a free info kit on how to protect your savings with gold. So text the word SECURE to 989898.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanerbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanerbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. Rockstar Harley has over 300 Harleys on site, ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to help get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week at Rockstar Harley. Approved credit ends Sunday.
With the market and unemployment rates bouncing up and down, many of us have found ourselves with some important decisions to make regarding our 401k plans. If you don't work there, should your money stay there? For those nearing retirement age, this decision could be critical to your retirement. Bob Grace has worked with many families with these types of decisions and understands your dilemma. Taxes are at historic lows right now. Bob can show you options for your 401k that could save you on taxes down the road. Call Bob and his team today and schedule your complimentary 401k review at 239-249-8888. Bob Grace is ready to assist you. Call today for your complimentary 401k retirement review, 239-249-8888. Again, that's 239-249-8888. The firm offers insurance services and cannot provide tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
You're on your way to work, and then, bam, your whole life changes in that second. Forever. You're injured, and now you have to fight for justice or live your life in pain. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my art supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I decided to get my own art supports, and I absolutely love them.
Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
All my friends are jealous of LEQ.
Hi, I'm LEQ.
They say it's like you have a sidekick, always checking in, connecting you to family, suggesting activities.
Did you sleep better last night?
Yeah, that breathing exercise before bed helped. See what I mean? She helps me stay healthy and independent. Plus, she's a hoot.
What makes a banana split?
I just tell my friends, go order your own.
Call 844-944-ELLI or visit ELLIQ.com to learn more.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
educating us,
Standing up for conservatism.
giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
What's the problem with this helicopter in Punta Gorda? I don't know if you heard about this story, and maybe we'll touch on it. I was walking through the newsroom there, Wink News, and I saw this story about the Punta Gorda City Council closes door on relocating a Vietnam-era helicopter to the Veterans Memorial. I thought that's where it was supposed to end up to begin with. We'll just talk about this story and touch on it for a second because I'm just trying to figure out where the beef is with this story. And if you've ever been to the wall there, the Military Heritage Museum in Punta Gorda, or even the Vietnam Memorial that's there, it is moving and it's pretty incredible. But I'll touch on this story in just a second. And also, listen, everybody likes cash. Jake likes cash. If somebody walked up to Jake and said, hey, how would you like a couple of $100 just for being you? I'm pretty confident that Jake would be like, yeah, well, that sounds good to me. A couple of $100 just for being the fantastic person I've always been. I mean, why would you not accept the money, right?
You don't ever accept money from someone in regards to some weird thing like that. Here's $100 for who you are. No, not doing it.
So that's
dangerous.
So if California, a specific town, Palm Springs, is going to give a universal basic income, quote unquote, cash for no reason at all to certain citizens that live there, well, as long as you can prove that you're LGBT. Yeah, so...
How do you prove that?
Well, there's that. So just get a couple of $100 a month, a universal basic income program, just because... Well, we'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. All right, 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talking text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele is for ease. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the show on Rumble. A couple of stories locally that I wanted to touch on before we get into that story. Number one, Jake has personal experience with this right now. I just also saw the story walking through the newsroom that it is now hit Southwest Florida. They're stealing catalytic converters. Are we doing that here as well? I mean, why are catalytic converters such a big deal? Is it because the innards have, copper or some kind of why are they stealing catalytic converters? And why is this the big thing? And what's going on with that? Have you heard about that? No? What? You haven't heard about this, the lifting of catalytic converters off cars?
Yeah.
As a story, as a thing?
I have.
Well, what is it? Is that...
So, in a regular combustion engine...
Well, no, I don't need to know how it works, but they're stealing them right now. I mean, all over the country.
You have
hearing
people
about
who
this.
take the catalytic converters and they break down the innards. The inside contain rare metals, like platinum, gold,
Is
silver,
that what it is?
iron, whatever.
Okay.
So you can get anywhere from probably $150 to $500, depending on the size of the vehicle or the catalytic converter, how long you've been driving it, that kind of thing.
You gotta be kidding me.
So yeah, people just take a little Sawzall and then they'll cut out the catalytic converter in it takes about 10 minutes. And then you go outside, turn your car on, it sounds like a tank.
But who's taking them? I mean, well, not who's taking them, but who's taking them in? So you have people like scrap metal places and other that are just, it's like, there's a line outside of people with catalytic converters that just happen to find them and they're just getting, I'm just asking, I guess.
If I'm not mistaken, most people or professionals, they mark them to let the people know that they have been removed by a professional. I mean, and you shouldn't take a catalytic converter that's clearly been cut off with a Sawzall.
You shouldn't be stealing. But besides that, stolen catalytic converters, and they're getting really brazen in places across the country. They're even doing legislation about the receipt of these things by recyclers or scrap metal processors, junk dealers. I mean, they're doing anything and everything that they can because it's getting that crazy. A Phoenix man chases a catalytic converter thief as part of a crime wave. He saw the thing getting taken out of his car and chased him down the street. And I guess there are a couple of stories here in Southwest Florida too. So it's awful. It reminds you of how crazy things were getting, even with fuel and fuel prices that we all know about what's going on, and how back in the 70s and 80s, everybody had locking gas caps. You remember that? Locking gas caps with the little key? You couldn't find the key, you're stuck. That was it. You'd have the locking gas cap on the car, and you better hope that locking key is someplace close by. Because if you didn't have it, wherever you were, like if it's 3:00 in the morning and you don't have any gas and you can't figure out where the key is, and you're stumbling through a whole thing of keys and you can't figure out where you left it, and you just happen to be stalled near your buddy's place, you can walk to his house and probably sleep there and take a nap, but you really have no place to go with the car, and now it's stuck in the middle of the street, and you're kind of pushing it off to I'm not saying that happened to me as a kid. Anyway, 239-479-5592, just reminding everybody of the phone number. Okay, how about this story? There was a fox in Washington, D.C. that bit a bunch of people, and now we find out that they captured it because it tested positive for rabies. Did you hear about that? One of them was one of the, I guess a couple of the people that were bit by this. Yeah, the DC Public Health Lab confirmed the fox was captured, tested positive for rabies, humanely euthanized, so the rabies testing could be done. One Democrat rep of California was one of the people who experienced the attack, and that the animal pierced the suit and the sock. All right, here's part of that interview.
I was walking home from covering a hearing on the Hill, and a fox nipped me in the ankle.
Oh boy, a box nipped me. See, it's already affecting her. But yeah, so.
Are you aware of some of the side effects of rabies?
I am not, but I'll tell you this, it's serious.
It is one of the most terrifying things you could possibly ever experience.
I can't even imagine.
And then once you get it, it's there. Like once it's fully developed, it doesn't go away. There's no cure for it. Your body, it gets extremely dehydrated, right? And there's hydrophobia involved.
How do you know all of this?
Good question. Who knows? Probably the internet.
Look, I don't know. I trust you, but I don't know if, like rabies, I have no idea how it affects. It's awful. That's all I know.
But it's literally, if you don't treat it immediately and it becomes full-blown rabies and you become rabid,
you're gonna die.
It's fatal, 100% fatal.
Yeah. No,
But the idea of the fact that it makes you extremely dehydrated and you experience hydrophobia. So you're dehydrated, but you're scared of water. I saw a video of a gentleman who, one of the few people who recorded actually had full-blown rabies, was trying to drink water, but he was terrified of it and he was shaking. It's really bad.
No, I can only imagine. And certainly, you and you think about the fox, and what does the fox say? What? Too soon? What?
I just can't believe you did that.
You're not very nice.
What the fuck?
Is it too early for that? 239-479-5592. All right, moving on. All right, where do we want to go? Which story? Okay, we talk. Oh, all right. Palm Springs. You got. It's a beautiful place, California. It's remarkable what they're able to do in California. You got one of the most beautiful states in the union, and most of the country wants to push it off the continental shelf and just get out of here. Just can you just float out in the ocean by yourselves? And because you've destroyed this place. The Palm Springs City Council said, hey, listen, let's do an experiment. So they're going to shell out $200,000 to a pair of nonprofits because they want to develop a pilot initiative. $900 a month for 18 months to 20 different individuals who live, work, and otherwise spend the majority of their time in Palm Springs. But the only way you can get the money is you've got to admit that you're a lesbian, homosexual, bisexual, transgender, or non-binary. Well, that's the words they use, that you have to admit that you are. Okay. The vote was unanimous. The nonprofits are going to take the money, and hey, here we go. Because they think that there's disparities that are faced by transgender, gender, non-binary, and intersex people, as well as helping to reduce similar disparities among lesbian, gay, bisexual communities. So give them some cash. They wanted to give them more than that, but the city would only give them $200,000. But they wanted to give like $900,000 to this cause. So there you go. Universal basic income for the LGBTQ community. Just tell us that you are, and here's the cash. So if you love socialism, they're testing it out all over the place. And look, and I might say this, if you don't think that they're testing out in a neighborhood near you or a school district near you, have you been paying attention? We go back to a lot of what is happening with what we talked about just the other day and how CRT works and diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I'm hearing stories about major universities. I think Michigan, the University of Michigan, has a diversity, equity, and inclusion director. They have like 193 people that work in the diversity, equity, and inclusion division there in the college. And the head of the Department of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in Michigan, I think it's Michigan or Minnesota, one of these universities, they make over $450,000 a year. Tenured professors, the longest tenured professors are getting paid like $175,000, $180,000. You've got people that are making $450,000 to decide whether you're diverse enough or you've got enough equity in the university. And how much are the people that are getting paid to do diversity, equity, inclusion in our school districts? What are they getting paid? And exactly what do they do? Anybody asking that? You got a diversity, equity, and inclusion individual there working at your business. What do they do? What's their job? How much are they getting paid? But when you get into CRT and then what we mentioned just the other day, Josh Dawes, who had that viral Twitter feed about how CRT and queer theory both working together, this idea that if you're trying to figure out what in the world is going on with critical race theory and how it is working in our schools and why there is this push to sexualize our kids at an early age, pre-K to third grade. You look to Marxism for that. We talked about that the other day and how that is what Marxism has been for the longest time because it pulls families apart. You're getting the kids further and further away from their families, and by doing so, you get the opportunity to scoop them up and have the state be your God, the state be your parent. You get them at an early age, and that's what queer theory and critical race theory and how they work together. this idea that critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion, sexualizing kids at an early age, doing all of these things to tell these children, these babies, kids, little kids, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, that you're racist. You're racist because of your skin color. You're inherently racist. You're bad people. You're destructive. You're awful. You need to do things to make it right. And then these kids who are destroyed, they just feel beaten down. They don't know what to do. And then queer theory comes along. That is the community that comes along and says, there's something that you can do about it. And you can be something. The problem is you can't escape. Or at least you think you can't escape from that reality of your inherent racism, but you can, because you can join us, or you can't put it that way. You can find out who you really are. And there is so many different ways to find out who that person is inside of you. And if you just agree with that and come to this side and understanding, then you will be loved and coddled and appreciated. And do you see why there are so many people that are declaring that they are kids, that are saying that they are pansexual, that they're transgender and the like? And these are kids, like we've talked about before, that can't even tie a shoelace or decide whether broccoli is healthy or not, and I should be eating it or not. And these are the same kids that we are now, they are now taking in and telling them that they are loved and cared for outside of your family. You don't need them. They don't understand you like we do. And that's how this has all worked. If you're trying to figure that out. And I got to, once again, I know a lot of people asked about that tweet from the other day, and maybe we'll revisit that at another time. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talking text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the channel on Rumble. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Join me as we welcome Sean Spicer to Southwest Florida for a great meet and greet exclusive VIP event at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th.
Hey, it's former White House press secretary for President Trump, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book, Radical Nation, Sean Spicer.
You can get your tickets now by texting the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, to 239-479-5592. That's 239-479-5592.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Presented by Napoleon Luxury Real Estate.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. Or get a $49 preseason tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
I love Cool Today.
Call it today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Sutherland Nissan has one question. Are you buying certified? Because if you're not, you're missing out. Get to the Spring Certified Sales Event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and get certified. Through Monday, get a massive selection of like new, with warranty, great value, certified pre-owned vehicles. Certified. Rogues, Altimas, Titans, they're all in stock. Save thousands over buying the exact same model new and get peace of mind with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And get certified. Sutherland is the #1 certified pre-owned dealer. That means we have more vehicles and we sell them for less. And you get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. What are you waiting on? Get certified. Through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean, and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Economists are warning that sanctions against Russia could trigger devastating inflation, worse than the current 40-year highs. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings right now with a gold IRA through Birch Gold, the only company I trust for gold. Just text the word SECURE to 989898 to get a free info kit on how to protect your savings with gold. So text the word SECURE to 989898.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out the door and on the roads in Fort Myers this morning, no major issues or incidents to slow you down at this hour. Just watching a few delays on 41 in North Fort Myers in the north and southbound directions near Pondala Road. 41 also looking a little bit slow at Daniels Parkway. Also Metro Parkway and Daniels looking a little delayed at this hour. I was seeing some slight slowdowns on McGregor Boulevard just after you get off the Midpoint Bridge, but seems to be clearing up. Shouldn't be a problem any longer. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Warm and muggy this morning, and then we'll be tracking the potential to see some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening ahead of a cold front. Look for the potential of seeing an isolated strong to severe storm for today with gusty winds and perhaps even some hail, especially north of the Caloosahatchee River. Windy and warm today with highs back to 90 degrees. That rain chance dwindles as we head into tonight, and for Friday we'll feel a nice drop in humidity along with temperatures. Highs back into the lower 80s for your Friday. We're dry into the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 70s and low to middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine on tap, especially for Sunday, with overnight lows back in the 50s for Sunday and Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Join me as we welcome Sean Spicer to Southwest Florida for a great meet and greet exclusive VIP event at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th.
Hey, it's former White House press secretary for President Trump, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book Radical Nation, Sean Spicer.
You can get your tickets now by texting the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, to 239-479-5592. That's 239-479-5592.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Presented by the family-owned Floormeisters in Naples.
Hey, it's former White House press secretary for President Trump, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book Radical Nation, Sean Spicer. I'm coming to Southwest Florida and hope to see you at the Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. It's going to be a fun meet and greet atmosphere during this VIP-only event. Tickets are $99, and that includes a signed copy of my new book, Radical Nation. Plus, you're going to receive a photo and full VIP access. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Presented by the family-owned Floormeisters in Naples.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost, conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hey everybody, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic Can Help With That. And today we're going to talk about knee pain and arthritis. Specifically, I want to tell you about Susie. When I met Susie, she had constant knee pain that was limiting her activity and had even started to limit her ability to walk. And she was told it was arthritis. She actually believed the doctors when they told her it was arthritis because she had previously broken her kneecap. So when I did my full evaluation for subluxation, I took x-rays of her knees and it showed no arthritis. We were able to trace it all the way back to her spine, and the x-rays revealed a curve in her low back. And that curve in her low back is exactly what was causing the knee pain. So through my scoliosis protocol, we were able to correct that curve, and it might seem like a small thing to you, but Susie no longer has knee pain. Are you dealing with knee pain that you can't get rid of and thinking it's just arthritis? It might not be. Call us 239-628-4899, and remember, your power is on.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Comcast Business Internet required. Other restrictions apply.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, have a little bit of fun with you, and get you a $35 certificate to the great Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar, at 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. A great place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you can talk politics, great people, family-owned, and you're just going to love the place. So Alda's Diner, get ready for that gift certificate coming up. Also, another reminder to text the word Spicer right now, SPICER. Text the word Spicer to 239-479-5592 because the tickets are going fast. You're going to want to get your tickets to see Sean Spicer. We'll be hanging out with him on Wednesday, April 20th at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples. You know him as, of course, the former White House press secretary, Newsmax TV host, author of the book A Radical Nation. Every ticket is a meet and greet ticket, a VIP event. You'll get to hang out with Sean Spicer. You'll get an autographed copy of the book. You'll be able to get full access to Sean Spicer, a photo, and a whole lot more. It's going to be food. It's going to be great. So get your tickets right now because, like I said, they're going fast. Silver Spot Cinema in Naples, Wednesday, April 20th. Just by texting the word Spicer, SPICER, to 239-479-5592. So do that right now. Get your tickets while they last to see Sean Spicer. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. A couple of other things that are going on. Just kind of skimming some of the headlines because there's so many things that are going on right now that I can't even believe a lot of these stories. We're going to get to one local story that has to do with a helicopter in Punta Gorda and why it is so important to so many. And I saw the story on Wink News, so I thought we would kind of mention it. It has to do with our heroes, our veterans from Vietnam. So we'll get to that in a second. I see how, again, the media seems to be spinning the Hunter Biden laptop story is a story, but it's not a big story. As a matter of fact, it's not a Joe Biden story. It's more a Hunter Biden, Jim Biden story. We should be going after them. How do I know? Because even CBS is saying the 150 transactions involving either Hunter or James Biden's global business affairs were flagged as concerning by U.S. banks for further review. Chuck Grassley was being interviewed on CBS. Hey, listen to this.
We will focus on James Biden, the president's brother.
This week, Grassley released bank records indicating James Biden's company, the Lionhall Group, was paid directly by a Chinese-financed consulting firm.
These records come directly from the banks, no third party.
You're absolutely right.
In our interview, Grassley did not allege the Bidens broke the law, but he said it's concerning.
Okay, let me just stop. In our interview, Grassley said, listen, nothing illegal going on here, but it's just concerning. See how it's starting to... These are little tidbits, little spins of the Hunter Biden story that matter.
Both Hunter and James Biden were promised retainers for their China work totaling $165,000 a month in 2017 after Joe Biden left the vice presidency.
We have people with the Biden name dealing with Chinese business people that have a relationship to the Communist Party. I think it's very concerning.
This 2019 subpoena, verified by CBS News, shows federal investigators also sought Hunter and James Biden's business records from a major U.S. bank.
It's Hunter and James. Listen, we're going to get him. We're going to go after him. We're going to find out about tax evasions and RICO issues, and we're going to don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I mean, what's the story here? What's the problem? I mean, yes, it's a problem. But there's nothing, even Chuck Grassley's saying, nothing really illegal. I mean, what are we worried about here? It's because it's Republicans. Republican Chuck Grassley going after Joe Biden. That's what this is, right? An Atlantic reporter, Annie Applebaum, was on some, I don't know, it was at an event that she was talking about and being asked. It had to do with the media. I think it was a Politico event, or it was an Atlantic an event. About the media, opportunity for people to ask questions in the audience. And again, this is the Atlantic, and you can imagine when it comes to the left-leaning fake news legacy media and some of the websites that are out there, you can imagine how they are spinning things at these events as well. And here's a question that somebody asked of this reporter that works for the Atlantic.
My question is for Ms. Applebaum. So in 2020, you wrote, those who live outside the Fox News bubble do not, of course, need to learn any of the stuff about Hunter Biden, referring to his laptop, of course. A poll later after that found that if voters knew about the content of the laptop, 16% of Joe Biden voters would have acted differently.
Let's just remember. Nothing illegal, Biden name, Hunter and Jim. But what that gentleman said, asking the question of the reporter, and I'll get to the rest of it in just a second, is the most important part, which is if they knew, if people knew, if they knew the truth, if it wasn't being hidden, if the New York Post talking about the laptop wasn't taken off of social media and anybody who would retweet the story was taken down and then it was Russian disinfo and all, if it was actually the truth, the media actually told the truth, then people would not have voted for the president. More cement to the mix of how people now understand more and more that the hiding of the laptop was trying to keep Donald Trump from winning re-election as president of the United States and getting Biden in office.
Now, of course, we know a few weeks ago, the New York Times confirmed that the content is real. Do you think the media acted inappropriately when they instantly dismissed Hunter Biden's laptop as Russian disinformation? And what can we learn from that in ensuring that what we label as disinformation is truly disinformation and not reality?
I mean, my problem with Hunter Biden's laptop is I think totally irrelevant. I mean, it's not whether it's disinformation or, I mean, I don't think the Hunter Biden's business relationships have anything to do with who should be president of the United States. So
Yeah, it's no big deal. What's the big deal? I mean, nobody cares. Stop. It's not even relevant. It doesn't matter. Look, what Hunter Biden does on his time is the 10% for the big guy thing. That doesn't matter. All of those kind of kickbacks that we're hearing. No. It doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. You can see how they're spinning out of this. Other things that are happening that are just unbelievable, and I hope they get the attention. Senator Cruz, is talking to one of the Biden nominees to the FEC, the Federal Elections Commission, right? This is a big deal because you want people that are going to be on the FEC that are going to ensure the integrity of the elections of the United States, because without the integrity of our elections, we don't have a country. We all know that. That's why we cared about what happened in 2020. Listen to this 17-second exchange. Listen carefully. This is a nominee that Biden, the Biden administration's nominee to be on the FEC. And here's Senator Cruz. Listen.
So, but as an officer of the court, you were willing to put your name on a legal pleading alleging that the machines used in Georgia in 2018 were switching votes illegally from one candidate to another. Is that correct?
Yes.
What? So a Biden nominee to the FEC was asked by Ted Cruz, as an officer of the court, you were willing to put your name to a legal pleading alleging that the machines used in Georgia in 2018 were switching votes illegally from one candidate to another. Is that correct? And she's like, yeah. Hey, can we talk a little bit more about that? Oh, are we allowed to do it? Because I look, you know what happens if I start mentioning this right now. It's just going to be trouble. Like, I'm going to be taken down from social media. Like, I can't talk about, I don't know. The heck with it. I'll do it anyway. Hey, this from Paul Bedard in the Washington Examiner, a blockbuster review of Maricopa County's mismanaged 2020 election by Arizona's Attorney General is raising new questions about the final vote in a state former President Donald Trump was expected to win but lost to Joe Biden by 10,000 ballots. We've reached the conclusion that the 2020 election in Maricopa County revealed serious vulnerabilities that must be addressed and raise questions about the 2020 election in Arizona. This is an interim report by the Attorney General. Hey, are we allowed to talk about all of these different things, or were we just done with that? Are we allowed to talk about issues of election integrity? Well, listen, why are we even talking about this, Drew? I mean, it's not like Donald Trump is going to be sworn back in as the president of the United States because of a rigged election or anything like that. You shouldn't even be saying so. No, that's not what I'm saying. I think we are where we are. But we need to find out if all of these questions that have been raised in many states, in Wisconsin and Arizona and the like, if these questions, and even a movie that's going to be coming out very, very soon, 2,000 Mules by Dinesh D'Souza, that is a much anticipated movie that makes the case and in his eye it has the proof of how the election was stolen in 2020. I know you can't use those words. You can't say election stolen. Okay, we won't use stolen. Let's just say that some people got really creative with mail-in ballots. How about that? And how there are states that are making it even easier to have the ability to have mail-in ballots and ballot boxes. I don't know, check Florida. Check Georgia. And these screams and claims of voter suppression are going to continue. But there are real, genuine questions that need to be asked. Hey, if we're talking about what we're doing with Russia and why in the world would the Biden administration be willing to, for example, have Russia make the deals with Iran on our behalf for an Iranian nuclear deal, you certainly wouldn't want to have the Iran's Revolutionary Guard off the terror list. You wouldn't want to do that knowing full well that they're on the terror list because we have plenty of information and facts and truths about the terrorism that they perform and how they do help terrorism around the country to take place, that they aid and abet terrorism, the Iran Revolutionary Guard. So that would be really ridiculous if we were to consider taking them off the list in order to get a deal. Right, Democrat Senator Chris Murphy?
Would you take the Iran's Revolutionary Guard off the terror list in order to get a deal?
Yes. I mean, the practical impact of designating them as a foreign terrorist organization is inconsequential.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's quite important. But there's Senator Chris Murphy, Democrat. Again, why are you all so desperate for Russia to work to make a deal with on our behalf, to make a deal with Iran for this Iranian nuclear deal that is going to give them a nuclear weapon for them to threaten others around the globe, the same way that Vladimir Putin has used his nuclear weapons and his arsenal to threaten others to say, if you do this, we will use nuclear weapons, and how that has affected a war in Ukraine. Like, why are they so desperate to do this? And to do things like that and to make these kind of deals? No big deal here. Iran hates us and death to America and all of that. And if they had nuclear weapons, would they be pointed at? No. Would they use it against? No. They say that kind of stuff because they just want to work up the, they want to get you all frothy. They're just trying to work you up because they really want to be part of the world. They want to really be a good member of nations around the globe. That's really what? Yeah, that's what Democrats think. Or is there something a little more nefarious going on behind the scenes? I'm not saying there is, but we would like to ask. All right, and then another story that I'm just looking at closer to home. I'm trying to understand a little bit more about this, but I heard this audio from yesterday.
And I am not ignorant, nor was Mrs.
Once again,
Kim.
I did not
Shut
call anyone
up.
ignorant. No. When you
Please do
impugn,
not interrupt
I will
me when I'm
interrupt you
talking.
when you say the wrong thing. I did not say anyone was ignorant. I said we operated out of ignorance.
I'm
Those are
talking.
two.
I'm done talking about this.
Wow, that was some exchange. Council members in Punta Gorda saying that they're not even going to allow any more further discussion about this relocation of a Vietnam-era medevac helicopter that's outside of the Military Heritage Museum in Punta Gorda. It's a really cool place if you haven't been there. And they were going to move it. Its owner and several veterans wanted it to be moved to the Vietnam Wall of Southwest Florida. And if you haven't seen that, that is moving and something that you should see there in Punta Gorda. It is absolutely beautiful. City Council made a decision last September. They don't want the Huey to be part of the memorial. And the president of the Vietnam Memorial and the owner of the Huey was like, listen, we would like them to reconsider. Everything that they were concerned about, we've addressed, including anything that would have to do with liability. They're even willing to pay for the liability in case anything were to happen to someone with the Huey sitting there. And they just, for some reason, they don't want to allow any more discussion. They don't want it to come up. There was a back and forth between council members about understanding more about what was going on and being ignorant of the situation, and somebody saying, I'm not ignorant and not that kind of ignorant. But this back and forth, but it's, it just is, it's one of those things where you just hope that the decision is being made for some other reason. Because if everything that would be able to have that Huey sitting there next to the wall is something that the people would like to have, it's something that they've talked about before out of respect for veterans and Vietnam veterans and what that means to them, and the love and respect that we have for our veterans, and just something that's tangible that they could see and see there in Southwest Florida and help the healing process, then you would imagine that that's something that should be there. Unless there's something I'm missing. I just saw the story, and obviously, and how we care about veterans on this program. Of, it's to be able to be there, share an experience, the experiences they have with Huey's, and what that means, and the being able to heal is the most important thing. All right, you ready to go, Jake? Let's do this right now. Right now. Right now. I was just waiting for the music to pop. All right. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you can write, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun right now. If you would like to call and play Drew's College, caller number 9 at 239-479-5592. Caller number 9. You will play, and not only will you play, you will win a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. A great place to go to dine, to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that gift certificate will be yours. 9th caller you'll win next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Taylor Wirtz.
A crash popping up in Fort Myers right now on McGregor Boulevard and Tanglewood Parkway, causing quite a headache on the roads. Traffic on McGregor Boulevard heading northbound from Tanglewood Parkway. Elsewhere in Collier County, watching a crash with injuries. Traffic still stacking up at that side of Immokalee Road and Collier Boulevard. There is some roadblocks, so we are in the red on Immokalee Road. Take an alternate route if you can, because traffic moving in the westbound direction on Immokalee is standing still at times. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Isolated rain and thunderstorms return ahead of a cold front as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening, where we'll be watching the potential for some strong to severe storms north of the Caloosahatchee River. Windy, warm, and humid today as we climb back to 90 degrees. We're cooler as we head into Friday and into the weekend behind that front, with a drop in humidity and dry conditions returning for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right.
Hey, it's former
all
White House
along.
press secretary for President Trump, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book Radical Nation, Sean Spicer. I'm coming to Southwest Florida and hope to see you at the Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite.com. You're going to receive a signed copy of my new book, Radical Nation. Join us in Naples on April 20th at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at Eventbrite.com. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Longer days, warmer weather. This is the time of the year you need to be enjoying life without joint pain. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, it's time to call QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is helping people right here and all over America get real, lasting pain relief. They use highly concentrated, cutting-edge, natural biologic treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue, getting to the root of the pain. It's life-changing. You can get back to moving like you used to, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you have nagging pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back, and you're done with steroids and pain meds, call QC Kinetics. And if they're telling you surgery is your next option, don't do it. Call QC Kinetics. Get a free consultation and free second opinion. Learn more about these amazing natural biologic treatments. Enjoy this time of the year doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. In Naples, 239-893-PAIN.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. You know, I come from a long line of builders. In fact, I can still remember my first day on the job, working for my dad. I thought because I was the boss's son that I would start out in the construction trailer, looking over plans all day. Well, to my surprise, he handed me a shovel and he said, start digging. And that's exactly what I did. He made me learn every aspect of the building process by doing it. So if that's the kind of builder that you're looking for, look no further than Big Island Builders. BigIslandBuilders.com.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable 5G network. and it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability assessment wins in 2H 2021. Wi-Fi networks not tested. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's talk to Diana in Fort Myers. Hello, Diana.
Hi there, Drew.
It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question starts right now.
I can't believe I got through.
Well, you believe it. All right. Your dreams have come true, and if that's the case, we've got to work on your dreams. All right. Can you name our 2 senators?
Marco Rubio and Rick Scott.
The other guy. Yep, that is correct. All right, you got associate's, a bachelor's degree on this question. The 2 parts of the United States Congress are...
The House and the Senate.
That is correct. Got a bachelor's, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Dick Cheney served in what position on the cabinet of President George H.W. Bush, right? Before he was vice president for George H.W. Bush, he was the...
Oh, boy. I don't know.
He was the Secretary of Defense. Secretary of Defense.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of. All right, so you got, you didn't get that one. Let's see if you get this one. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Abe Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover, they all have something in common. It has to do with their political party. Which one?
Abe Lincoln, Herbert Hoover, and...
Theodore Roosevelt. Were all...
They were all Republicans.
That is correct. All right. Well, there you go. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. Finishing strong, Diana. Finishing strong. And you got a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Diner at 951 Vanderbilt Beach Road. Stay there because Jake gets to talk to you, and what a privilege and fun that is.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Stay right there. All right. When we come back, scheduled to be with us, Congressman Byron Donalds. Hopefully a busy guy, so we'll see. And also, I just found out something that I have to share with you that happened last night in my home. I have to share it. It'll explain a lot about today. Coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Weapons, weapons, and weapons. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. That's a request from Ukraine's foreign minister at NATO headquarters in Brussels, Belgium, for more meetings about the Russian invasion. Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky.
Tens of thousands of our citizens have already been taken away to the territory of Russia and to the temporarily occupied territory of Ukraine.
He spoke to Greece's parliament today. It's Supreme Court confirmation day at the Capitol. Here's Fox's Eben Brown live.
Chris, the full U.S. Senate will vote today on whether or not to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the U.S. Supreme Court. It is believed she will be confirmed, as only 51 votes out of the Senate's 100 members are needed, and 3 Republicans have said they will be yes votes. Brown Jackson would be succeeding the retiring Justice Stephen Breyer, though he's not leaving until this summer, so her time on the nation's highest court won't begin immediately. Her appointment is not expected to swing the high court's ideological persuasions, Chris.
Eben, thanks. A radio host sits down for questions for a lawsuit against him and pays tens of thousands of dollars in fines after initially refusing to show up.
Court records say InfoWars host Alex Jones paid $25,000 in fines for not showing up to be deposed Friday and another $50,000 for not appearing Monday. He showed up Tuesday and Wednesday as he faces a defamation lawsuit from families of Sandy Hook victims. At one point, he said the shooting never happened. In a video on his website, Jones said the family's lawyers have been demonizing him for his questioning of the events. The plaintiffs have said they got death threats and were harassed by followers of Jones because of the hoax he promoted. Jones has since conceded the shooting did happen. Jill Nato, Fox News.
It's Major League Baseball's opening day, delayed a week by a now settled labor dispute. There's 7 games on the schedule today, with 2 postponed until tomorrow because of bad weather. The Brewers and Cubs get things started today at Wrigley Field in Chicago. America's listening to Fox News.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A crash popping up in Fort Myers right now on McGregor Boulevard and Tanglewood Parkway, causing quite a headache on the roads. Traffic on McGregor Boulevard heading northbound from Tanglewood Parkway. Elsewhere in Collier County, watching a crash with injuries. Traffic still stacking up at that side of Immokalee Road and Collier Boulevard. There is some roadblocks, so we are in the red on Immokalee Road. Take an alternate route if you can, because traffic moving in the westbound direction on Immokalee is standing still at times. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Warm and muggy this morning, and then we'll be tracking the potential to see some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening ahead of a cold front. Look for the potential of seeing an isolated strong to severe storm for today with gusty winds and perhaps even some hail, especially north of the Clusatchee River. Windy and warm today with highs back to 90 degrees. That rain chance dwindles as we head into tonight, and for Friday we'll feel a nice drop in humidity along with temperatures. Highs back into the lower 80s for your Friday. We're dry into the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 70s and low to middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine on tap, especially for Sunday, with overnight lows back in the 50s for Sunday and Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching, subscribing to the channel on Rumble. All right, I promised I would tell you this before we get into conversation about a whole host of different issues coming up. So Jake was curious as to, and if you're watching on drewsteele.com right now, you would see and notice that my eyes are a little puffier today. A little more. You got the black circles under the eyes, kind of thing going on. And Jake was like, "I look tired." And so I found out why. Well, I'll explain to you what happened last night, and I found out the reason. Are you ready for this? You ready? Here we go. So last night, the middle of the night, I'm laying there in bed. I wake up. And it sounds like somebody's moving in the room. And I'm not sure. I'm hearing like this. Okay. And it's like, what is that? And I thought, all right, well, maybe it's the rain. Maybe it's raining. And it's just like the sound of raindrops kind of falling outside or the trees. I couldn't figure it out. So I couldn't get back to sleep. I thought, all right, I'm just dreaming, and I go back to sleep. And then I wake up about an hour later, and I don't know what's going on. I just got a text from my wife. And she asked this morning how I slept last night. I said, I got up a couple of times. I don't know. Was my son up? What was going on? She said, no, everything's fine. She just texted me and said, we just realized the snake got out last night. Maybe that's what woke you up. We found it in his closet on the top shelf. No, it couldn't have ended up in my room and then made its way onto his shelf. I mean, if you heard kind of snake-like, I don't know what I'm going to do. This snake goes. We're going to have a conversation today. The snake's got to go, right? I like my son. He's cool. I want him to stay. But the snake's got to go. The snake's getting out of the... It's a big snake, too. What do I do? He's got to go.
It's going to continue to get out.
I know. I'm going to make the case. Snake's got to go. Sorry. That's it. All right. Talk about a weird segue. Congressman Byron Donalds is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
What's the snake? I don't know. I'm leaving it alone, Drew.
You don't believe what? Do you? I mean, you've got kids, the boys. Do they like snakes? Did they like snakes when they were young, or even now? Do they like those kind of things, lizards, snakes, and all of that?
Yeah, they'll mess with them, but not bring them in the house.
Yeah. Don't come over my house because that's unfortunately that's what my son loves. Loves snakes and all that kind of stuff. And so it was creeping around the house last night, and I'm kind of worried it was in the room. But anyway, all right, let's move on from that. Stretching it out. All right, a couple of things that I am concerned about. I've been focusing on this morning. I'm really worried about Title 42 going away. I am really worried about the border. I know we've talked about this many times. I'm concerned that we are going to start to see things the likes of which we have not seen along our southern border in numbers that we cannot control. And now hearing about giving them smartphones so that they'll call ICE once they're released into the country. I mean, this is outrageous.
Yeah, but what would you expect? Listen, we had Javier Becerra in Budget Committee yesterday, and he doesn't know how many resources they've committed to housing immigrant children. And all he says about when Title 42 goes away is they say they're going to have the resources to deal with this. But you're basically going to double the capacity of illegal immigrants coming into the United States. I asked him, I said, why is it okay for people to claim asylum, which, by the way, is the broadest interpretation of asylum in U.S. history. We've never had an interpretation this broad. Why is it okay to grant people asylum at an illegal point of entry? He goes, but they're claiming asylum. And I reiterated, I said, is the southern border an illegal point of entry? He wouldn't answer. All he would say is, but they're claiming asylum. This is the thought process in this administration. They don't care about what the American people think about this. They don't even care about the harm that are being done to illegal immigrant children and illegal immigrants overall. Yeah. The only thing they care about is the radical agenda of the left, which is to overwhelm the system. And people might say, oh, that's hyperbole. No, it's not, folks. Those are the facts. They want to overwhelm the system on purpose. Nobody is holding them to account. Congress, we have limited ability in the minority. And the media, please, they're in the back pocket.
Yeah, and I wonder if there's a real concern about where they're ultimately going to end up. You know, the governor in Texas is saying, I've got buses, I'll drive them up to D.C. and have them stop over at the Capitol and let them see them for themselves. And listen, if they want to take care of these illegals here, well, let's have them see them face to face. You know, I'm concerned, as the governor is here in this state, and I'm sure you've talked about this to others as well, about where they end up, and a lot of them will be here in the state of Florida. And you talk about overwhelming the system, you know, even here in the state of Florida, the concerns that we have about it being overwhelmed. And not only that, but the things that are crossing the border, the fentanyl, the guns, all of these different things, gang members. I mean, we've heard stories about Border Patrol in the Rio Grande Valley arresting gang members. We hear these stories constantly.
No, all of that is true. And the reason why this continues to happen is because Joe Biden has signaled to the world that you can enter the southern border with impunity and we will welcome you with open arms. People aren't stupid. The drug cartels aren't stupid. They know exactly what's going on too. That's why they're allowing people to move through their territory to cross the border illegally. I'm actually going to be down on the border next week. I'll be down there for a couple days. So I'm going to see firsthand the current status and really talk to the border agents about their concern when Title 42 goes away. But look, at the end of all this, and this is awful for America.
Yeah.
Joe Biden and his White House are committed to this radical policy. Look, Jay Johnson, former head of Homeland Security, even he's come out and said, I don't know about getting rid of Title 42. Maybe they should wait to do this later in the summer when it's just harder for people to cross, because there's no possible way that the border towns and the border states can absorb this influx of migrants. It's going to put major strains on their systems.
Yeah.
That's Jay Johnson. He worked for Obama.
Right.
So it's not even me as a Republican saying this. Jay Johnson said this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how they don't listen. They don't want to. It is shocking. And hopefully, you know, something with a new Congress in 23 and that we believe will happen, and something in 24, like a Republican president will actually get to work and turn things around, be able to do it. I just hope that that's going to be the case. Speaking of a new Congress and some of the things that could possibly happen in 23, I would love for there to be some investigations into Hunter Biden and his dealings, and how it seems like the only way that anything is going to happen is after the 22 elections, that we would actually see a council set up, committees set up, the investigations. It seems to me, and I just want your take about what the discussion has been in D.C. about this on both sides, and the fact that it feels like the media and others are trying to spin this into a Jim and Hunter issue and not a Joe Biden issue.
Look, so the first thing is that I totally agree with you about investigations. I've called for a special counsel. And I think, you know, there's a handful of members who are calling for a special counsel. We have to have one with subpoena power. I mean, if the Democrats raised all this ire about needing Robert Mueller, we need to do the same thing here. And then the other part is that, you know, the former Attorney General under Donald Trump, he basically said it was a conflict of interest for him to investigate it. So he agreed with the special counsel. So that's what we need. That's number one. Number two, I completely agree with you about Hunter and Jim Biden. Yes, they are the sources of these dollars, but Joe Biden knows exactly what's going on. Right. Any parent, any brother, right, who has a relationship, an ongoing relationship with their son and with their brothers, they know what they're doing. I know what my little brother does for a living. We talk about it. Why do we talk about it? Because we have relationships. I know what all of my sons are doing. Why do I know what all of my sons are doing? Because we have relationships. My mom knows what I do for a living, not just because I'm on Fox News, but she knew when I started in banking. She knew when I was in insurance. She knew when I was in financial services. So this is not a shock. It's insane for Joe Biden and the White House to say, oh, we never talk about his business dealings, when all of Hunter Biden's business dealings deal with foreign governments and foreign assets associated with natural gas, with coal, with cobalt, and all these other things. Last point I'll make on this, Drew, and this is an important one.
Yeah.
There was an article that the New York Times wrote in 2021, super innocuous article. Hunter Biden brokered a deal for the Chinese to buy a cobalt mine. Cobalt is one of the essential materials used for batteries, electric car batteries. And Joe Biden is trying to push everybody towards electric cars. So you mean to tell me that your son cut a deal with the Chinese and you don't know nothing about it, but then the whole policy is to move the country to electric cars? I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm not boo-boo the fool, and neither are the American people.
It's true. You know, and I watched the exchange, the oversight committee that you had there with the United States Postal Service, where the plan was that they're going battery powered, right? That the Postal Service wants to do this, and why they are willing to get the Postal Service in on electric vehicles and battery powered. And oh goodness, and where are we getting all that from, right, Congressman? Where are we getting these batteries from? Who's supplying them? I thought that was something that was important to remember, right? Whoa, are you getting into an elevator?
Yeah, no, I'm in the elevator. Listen, you're on the road. You're on the road with me in the morning to the office. Everybody gets to hear all the sounds I hear.
I love it.
On the way.
I love it.
But listen, this is 100% correct. We had an oversight committee, a group who's committed to zero emissions trade futures. That's their goal.
Yeah.
So I asked them in the hearing, I said, well, do you guys support modular nuclear reactors because they're zero emission?
Right.
Does your group have an opinion on that? They go, no, we don't have an opinion on that. I'm like, wait a minute. You're with the Zero Emissions Trade Association and you don't have an opinion on advanced modular nuclear reactors, which, Drew, are more reliable, are cheaper over the long term, and provide zero emissions.
Right.
And I mean, the zero emissions part goes even into the construction of the reactor itself. So, like, this is the way we should be going. They don't have anybody that's associated even thinking about this. But the purpose is that, in my view, this, again, might be hyperbole, there are deals that have been cut behind the scenes with the Chinese. They are looking at doing batteries with China no matter what, because there are people who have cut deals in the ether and in the atmosphere around the Democrat Party. And that is why they constantly go down this road, as opposed to doing the things that will allow America to be independent of Russia, of China, of Venezuela, of Canada. Because who knows what the heck Trudeau is thinking these days. You know,
it's true.
I don't know who his daddy is. You know, he doesn't look like Fidel Castro. He doesn't look like him. Anyway.
You just went there.
It's true. They look alike. It's crazy, man. They look alike. It's crazy.
Oh, you went
anyway,
there.
Sorry about that.
No, that's good. Okay. All right. Listen, I know you got to run. I appreciate it. And we just learned something very valuable today. Man, the elevators got some great cellular signal. We didn't lose you once through the elevator.
No, I mean, listen, man. In the Capitol, we'll be able to stay on the phone. That's about all we get right.
That's about right. The one thing they got right in the halls of the Capitol is that you've got cellular signal that's perfect in the elevators. All right, Congressman, listen, you're the best. I'll see you soon, all right?
All right, see you, Drew.
See you. All right, there he goes. Congressman Byron Donalds going through from what sounded like the vehicle, walking up into to his office, to the building there, and then the elevator. Got to work on the squeaky door there in the elevator, though. Sounds like it has one of those old-fashioned... And then, heading to the office. That's good stuff. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, a big reminder, text the word Spicer right now. Text the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, to 239-479-5592. Sean Spicer here in Southwest Florida. It's a VIP event. Every ticket is a VIP ticket, so you get to hang out with Sean Spicer. You get an autographed copy of his book, Radical Nation. You get full access to Sean Spicer. It's going to be a fun evening, food and more. Sean Spicer at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples, Wednesday, April 20th. You know him as the former White House press secretary, Newsmax TV host, and of course, Radical Nation, his latest book. Make sure you text the word Spicer right now to 239-479-5592 so you can get your tickets because they're going fast and I don't want you to miss out. So every ticket, like I said, is a VIP ticket. Get them right now. And we look forward to seeing you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's take a break. Stay break, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Join me as we welcome Sean Spicer to Southwest Florida for a great meet and greet exclusive VIP event at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. You can get your tickets now by texting the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, to 239-479-5592. That's 239-479-5592. These tickets include food, an autographed book, and full access to Sean Spicer. Wednesday, April 20th at Silver Spot Cinema with 92.5 Fox News.
Meet Dr. Alan Rembos. Dr. Rembos is held in such esteem by his peers, they named him to a seat on the Florida Board of Dental Examiners. Schedule your first appointment today at Smiles by Rembos and learn how a visit with your hygienist can improve your smile, your breath, and your overall general health. Start with an exam and cleaning and see how good oral hygiene contributes to your overall well-being at Smiles by Rembos, R-E-M-B-O-S. Online at smilesbyrembos.com. With offices near you in Naples, Sanibel, and Marco Island.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
You can beat the summer rush by scheduling your $69 air conditioning tune-up now with Unique Services. An annual AC tune-up can save you money and help prevent costly breakdowns during the hottest months of the year. Schedules will fill up fast. Keep your family cool all summer long by calling Unique Services today for your $69 AC tune-up. Call 941-500-9819 to schedule your appointment. License number CMC 1250555, CFC 1429592, EC 13002942.
Unique. Did you know that if you have $600 or more in the bank, President Biden wants to check your account? Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you why. In an unprecedented move, President Biden's administration wants to have access to all Americans' bank accounts with over $600 to keep an eye on things so that we can be safe. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth regardless of what this president does. Our track record of double-digit returns and tax mitigation has truly been life-changing for our clients.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Goodbye, I'll see you later. Goodbye. I call National Exterminators. For 46 bucks, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. You can rest easy and call the boys at National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs: bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts. Goodbye, pests, I'll see you later. Goodbye. I call National Exterminators. For 46 bucks, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. You can rest easy and call the boys boys and national exterminators at 23946 no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs: bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Did you know that 25% of the adult population suffers from osteoarthritis? And the knee is the most common area for this condition. It can keep you from your favorite activities like golf, tennis, or just enjoying a walk. Arthritis, tendonitis, or a potential joint replacement surgery can be easily avoided. Renowned institutions like the Cleveland Clinic and Johns Hopkins University show that platelet-rich plasma therapy, or PRP, treats arthritis and joint pain by reducing inflammation and accelerating healing. If you're suffering from arthritis, tendonitis, or chronic knee pain, come see orthopedic physician Dr. Bill Morgan at Fort Myers Men's Clinic. Dr. Morgan has spent over 35 years in academia and spent 18 years as the team physician for the World Series champion Boston Red Sox. To schedule a consultation with Dr. Morgan, call 239-317-7777. That's 317-7777. Or find them online at fortmyersmensclinic.com. That's fortmyersmensclinic.com.
Another prescription, another surgery. Here we go again. But the joint pain is still here.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. Try something new that can lead you to a better life.
Football champion Emmitt Smith's talking about QC Kinetics, all-natural, non-invasive alternatives to surgery and harmful pain medications.
I tried to avoid as many of those things as possible because I did not want to get hooked on pain meds. I didn't want those things to hamper my life.
Patients across the country are saying no to pain meds and discovering QC Kinetics all-natural, biologic, long-lasting solutions to pain relief. Regenerative treatments that help your body restore damaged tissue and get rid of the pain.
The natural biologics that QC Kinetics is providing you gives your body a chance to naturally heal itself.
End the cycle of pain meds and avoid surgery.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000. Or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash popping up in Fort Myers right now on McGregor Boulevard and Tanglewood Parkway, causing quite a headache on the roads. Traffic on McGregor Boulevard heading northbound from Tanglewood Parkway. Elsewhere in Collier County, watching a crash with injuries. Traffic still stacking up at that side of Immokalee Road and Collier Boulevard. There is some roadblocks, so we are in the red on Immokalee Road. Take an alternate route if you can, because traffic moving in the westbound direction on Immokalee is standing still at times. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Warm and muggy this morning, and then we'll be tracking the potential to see some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into late this afternoon and into this evening ahead of a cold front. Look for the potential of seeing an isolated strong to severe storm for today with gusty winds and perhaps even some hail, especially north of the Clusachy River. Windy and warm today with highs back to 90 degrees. That rain chance dwindles as we head into tonight, and for Friday we'll feel a nice drop in humidity along with temperatures. Highs back into the lower 80s for your Friday. We're dry into the upcoming weekend with highs in the upper 70s and low to middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine on tap, especially for Sunday, with overnight lows back in the 50s for Sunday and Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full-at-the-bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Sutherland Nissan has one question. Are you buying certified? Because if you're not, you're missing out. Get to the Spring Certified Sales Event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and get certified. Through Monday, get a massive selection of like new, with warranty, great value, certified pre-owned vehicles. Certified. Rogues, Ultimas, Titans, they're all in stock. Save thousands over buying the exact same model new and get peace of mind with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And get certified. Sutherland is the #1 certified pre-owned dealer. That means we have more vehicles than we sell them for less. And you get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. What are you waiting on? Get certified. Through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, before we get to the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35, just a quick aside here. I got a lot of people that are texting me that are like, don't get rid of the snake. My son's snake who got out last night, and I heard the, I can't make the sound effect here, but I heard the sound of what sound, it woke me up in the middle of the night, and it sounded like something was moving around in the dresser, or I don't know what it was. It was creepy. It kept me up all night. I didn't think it was the snake. If the snake got out, I found out today. And people were like, don't. And I said, the snake goes. That's it. And then people are like, don't get rid of the snake. I'm not going to get rid of the snake. It'll be fine. We'll just lock it down better, and that'll be that. My son, on the other hand, I'm just kidding. I said joke. No, but don't worry about it. Well, it's going to be just fine. I'll get sleep sometime soon. It's going to be really hard to sleep tonight, knowing that. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
We don't have the slightest idea who's coming into our country. But I don't think the Biden administration will change because they prefer to bow to the wokers, and open borders is part of the Woker Cupcake Bible.
It's part of the Woker Cupcake Bible. There's Senator Kennedy, who always has the best, funniest quotes. And listen, it's not funny what's going on along our southern border. It's not funny that Title 42, the one and only thing lately that we've had to deter people from coming into the country, turning them away because of what the Trump administration's policy was during the pandemic, and now is going to go away, and the concerns of people flooding across the border and all the things that we're seeing. And he's right. Woke destroys everything. And I think the former president said it best when it's what did he say? Everything woke turns to, well, okay.
Number 4.
This war can continue for a long time, but the United States will continue to stand with Ukraine and the Ukrainian people in the fight for freedom. And I just want you to know that. And by the way, if I got to go to war, I'm going with you guys. I tell you. I mean it.
He means it. What is he? All right, he's speaking at a trade union conference. And he announced charges against Russian oligarchs for breaking sanctions and some sanctions against Putin's eldest daughters, I guess, something like that. Which, okay. And he says, if I got to go to war, I'm going with you guys. I mean, no, that's okay, Joe. Stay back. It's all right. No. We don't need you trying to fumble. What's this button over here? No, Joe, don't push the button. Everything is fine. Go. Look, Jell-O.
Number 3.
So there's evidence that the president at one point was office mates with Hunter and his brother Jim here in D.C.
It's not accurate.
That is not accurate. So when Hunter Biden is emailing a landlord, please have keys made available for new office mates, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden. That you're disputing.
They were not office mates, no.
They were not office mates. Okay.
Okay, we'll move on. There's Peter Ducey asking Jen Psaki about how these emails, showing that in September 2017, Hunter asked for a new sign and additional keys to an office he was renting in D.C.'s House of Sweden office building, home to the Swedish embassy, to have a sign that says the Biden Foundation in Hudson West, and the keys were for the father's stepmother, Jill Biden, Uncle James Biden, and a Chinese executive named Guang Wendong. No, never happened. We're in office mates. Didn't happen. Okay.
Number 2.
To help local officials whose communities are being overwhelmed by hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the Biden administration, Texas is providing charter buses to send these illegal immigrants who have been dropped off by the Biden administration to Washington, D.C. We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border.
There's Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, who is saying, guess what, everybody? We are now going to have charter buses, and we're going to pick up everyone that crosses the southern border illegally, and we're going to ship them off to Washington, D.C., and let our elected officials see these people that are coming here. And you talk to them, and you explain to them where they should go and what they should do and the services. You go ahead and see them there. Listen, if he's going to have that kind of thing happening, if it's true that there's going to be charter buses, you better do it. I want to see it next week. I want to see over the weekend. I want to see the charter buses showing up in Washington, D.C. and dropping them off. Do it.
Number 1.
You know what it is. Most people don't. To ensure that as we rebuild America, we upheld a promise.
There you go, Jake.
Promise.
Okay, it's another word salad, fun-loving time with President Joe Biden at this trade union conference, and there he was, Jake. We got a new one, Jake.
Sure, as we rebuild America, we upheld a promise.
What is he saying? So now we've got
True international effort to pressure.
and then add to that,
Care.
and add to that,
Sure, as we rebuild America, we upheld a promise.
it's the hit parade.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Yeah, could we stop the hits from keeping on coming? I just, the hits keep on coming. No. Could we not have the hits come anymore? Can we just stop with that already? So Joe Biden with his latest hit.
Sure, as we rebuild America, we upheld a promise.
Aha! What? I have no idea. Doesn't matter. Nobody does. Nobody knows. I mean, Democrats are just, look, the Democrat Party, they're just weird. They're just strange. Joe Biden.
Sure, as we rebuild America, we upheld a promise.
Can't even tell what he's saying. Chuck Schumer is at an event where he says,
and when we're really getting into it, I rub his nice little shaved head.
it's at the same event. What? I don't know. They're just weird. Democrats are just, and look, if you're a Democrat and you're getting upset with me saying this, don't call me weird. I'm not weird and I'm a Democrat. Okay. Can you explain your party a little bit, or the people in you? Can you explain how the love for Marxism and socialism is something that you back? And I don't back that. Well, you back the party. The party backs it. I mean, I'm just asking. Peter Ducey asking about some of the interesting college hookups situation that the President of the United States had. Here you go. Listen to this.
On another topic, was it common for President Biden to do favors for Hunter Biden's international business partners, like writing college recommendations for their kids?
I've seen the report. I have no confirmation or comment on a report about whether or not the president, when he was a private citizen, wrote a college recommendation letter for an individual.
A college recommendation letter, though, from, at the time, a former vice president would be a big deal. So do we know what the president might have gotten in return for doing a favor like that?
Again, I have no confirmation of any recommendation letter the president wrote when he was a private citizen, by the way, by not serving in public office.
Yeah, not serving, by the way. Yeah, the Bidens don't have any juice. Listen, once a president leaves office or a vice president leaves office, they got no juice. Signing letters. What does that mean? A signed letter from a former president or vice president means nothing. Well, according to Hunter Biden, it must have meant something, because the latest example emerged on Wednesday when it was revealed that Hunter Biden got his dad to write a recommendation letter to Brown University for the son of a powerful Chinese businessman. He's the CEO of a Chinese investment firm, BHR Partners, in 2013 established a subsidiary that was known as BHR, where Hunter Biden was a founding board member and held a 10% equity share through a company called, I can't even pronounce that word, but it doesn't make a difference. Oh, and the other kid got the same thing. He also arranged for his dad to write a letter to Georgetown University, Hunter's alma mater, on behalf of Lee's daughter, but neither child got into either institution. That's too bad. So maybe the Biden name means nothing. Maybe they all looked and said, Joe Biden, really? Are you serious? Isn't that the, I seem to remember that guy, the vice president. Isn't that the guy that says,
True international effort to pressure.
And,
I got hairy legs.
That guy? Yeah, no, we're not interested. I don't know. Maybe that's how it went down. So we have that story. I don't know, Jake. I just thought of this. Is it really a good idea for the governor of Texas to suggest that we would take illegals, pick them up on a charter bus, and send them to Washington, D.C. and drop them off, knowing that we have rabid foxes roaming the streets? Do we really want to do that?
I was walking home from covering a hearing on the Hill, and a fox nipped me in the ankle.
How about that? You've got a Democrat representative of California, one of the unfortunate people who recently experienced this fox attack on Capitol Hill, The health department says now they captured and they had to euthanize the fox that tested positive for rabies. Oh boy. Not good. She's like felt it and nibbling at. It's a weird thing. Like, did it just come out of the woods and start nibbling? I mean, did anybody notice? Where was she walking that this fox came out of the middle? And I don't know. This other representative says he's not sure, but he also said that the fox kind of nibbled at him. Got a picture of the. This Democrat on Capitol Hill is holding a cell phone with a picture of the fox that is apparently down at his feet. Here's a pro tip. If a wild animal is like standing at your feet, looking at you, I'm pretty sure it's looking at you as lunch. Or it's rabid, right? I mean, it's not every day that you see a raccoon is, oh, look at this, it's a raccoon. It's standing at my ankles. I got to take a picture of this. I'm just a pro tip. It's a problem. And of course, when you're thinking about what the fox says, it's a...
What the fox say? Happy, 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 ho. Happy, 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 ho.
What? What?
Happy, 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 ho.
What? What are you looking at?
What the fox say?
That's one of Jake's favorite songs. That and the Sweet Florida song. The governor, the Van Zant Skinner kind of Sweet Florida song, and what the fox says. He's got a very diverse account there on his
I'm
Spotify.
trying to think of something funny to say, but I got nothing, man.
You don't have to.
What the
Come
fox
on.
say? Happy, 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 ho.
That's a
What
real
is it
song.
saying? Happy pose?
Does it matter? Do you even know? Do you remember that song with the yeah?
The funny thing, all I remember is what the fox say. That's it.
Yeah, and
That's it.
the video's creepy, and it's.
What about the little ribbit
The
frog
little-
guy that was like riding around on a bike? Or
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm talking about?
One of those things you never forget. You want to, but you don't. All right. Well, we can't end it with that. Can we end it with that? No, we can't end it with
No.
that. No. I'm not sure where else we want to go. Oh, I guess we can go. All right, let's just end it with this. We talked about this earlier. When you think of the Weather Channel.
All right, thanks, Mike. And of course, you'll let us know next half hour if that sleet has gotten there or not.
Well, we'll hear it bouncing off my head.
Okay, because it's empty. No, just kidding, Mike. We'll check back with you later, Mikey.
When you think of the Weather Channel, you think of the most trustworthy media organizations out there. No, I'm not kidding. So, YouGov America did a poll of 1,500 Americans, or 1,500 people randomly on the streets of a very liberal Democrat city. And they asked them where they get their news from and how much they trust a variety of prominent media organizations and news anchors. And so they did all of this. And the most trustworthy media organization is the Weather Channel. I'm laughing only because, oh, by the way, that audio was like some old Weather Channel, I don't know, like blooper reel thing. Don't know. But the Weather Channel, like how bad has the media fallen? When you pick random people on the street and it's like, what media outlet do you trust the most? Is it CBS, NBC? Is it the Wall Street Journal? Is it Fox? Is it USA Today, New York Times? I trust the Weather Channel. Yeah, all right. So if they started doing hard news, or maybe they think the weather's hard news, or I don't know. It's just like one of those weird reality. So they trust, like, nobody at the Weather Channel's messing around. Like, I trust these guys because when they say it's cloudy and I open up my window and I'm like, clouds, look at that. They're exactly right. That's a person I can trust. There's clouds out there.
Said it's going to rain.
That's right.
Starts raining.
What are these drops falling from the sky?
Praise the Weather Channel.
It's rain. I knew I could trust them. They said it was going to rain.
How did they know?
There's water falling from the sky. I'm trusting them.
How did they know?
How did they figure this out? They're like magical. Look at this. They told me it's going to be breezy, and it is. They should tell me about Putin because it's the only... That's where I need to get my news. Come on. Oh, man. That's pretty funny. I know it's a major liberal Democrat city where they get their trusted news because the BBC, PBS were 2 and 3, and the final 2 were Fox News and Breitbart. They had to throw Breitbart in there. Oh, and OAN's at the bottom. Okay, you get the idea. So maybe they should just have the Weather Channel start doing like hard news. And they do all that stuff on climate change. That's what drives me crazy. Is again, I don't remember who it was. It was a while back was it the former owner of the Weather Channel, the guy who started it? It's like, yeah, these people are completely woke. They're completely crazy. They're climate change crazy. All of them. They're nuts. And yeah, they do all this climate change stuff. And I brought that up earlier where they'll do that really cool graphic. It's like, oh, look at this. All the water coming up to their, like, it's like they're standing in this kind of simulated room and they're, in 2035, do you see where I'm standing now? You know, it's like, and I won't be able to talk to you like this because I'll be on the coast, and the coasts won't be there anymore. Oh, by the way, my neighbor's Barack Obama. He's got a nice place right next door to me. I have no idea why he's spending $15 million when he's going to be underwater soon with this property, because it's waterfront property. You shouldn't buy it. You should be selling your waterfront property cheap right now in Southwest Florida. Hey, could you give me a call? Let me know when that's out to.
Did you know that in 10 years, Florida will no longer be a peninsula?
I had no idea. What's it going to be? It's just going to be a pen.
Yeah, just a pen.
Nope. All the peninsula is gone.
It's all gone.
I knew it. That's why you got to move to Sebring.
Global warming.
Move to Sebring. Everybody in Sebring was listening going, hey, did they just mention us? Yep. I love Sebring. I'll tell you this before we go. Just go. Hit the weather. I love driving up the center of the state. There's nothing better. It's just fun. It's cool. Like if you're going to head up to the Orlando area, I'm not saying you go to a theme park, but you'd be going someplace else. Anyway, all right, we got to get out of here. Yeah, Glenn Beck is next. It's Daybreak, 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
As America's largest injury firm, we have advantages few others do. Our